According to the CDC, 1 in 6 Americans fall sick to foodborne illnesses, and those that sickness can even produce them to being been killed by if it's not treated properly. Imagine a patient or someone fighting stage 4 cancer, and they just went through their chemo, they having things going on, and they just come to this establishment, or a patient that's here at the nursing home with us, and they come in, we know the condition, I know the condition, and we feed them, give them their meal. They're excited, they feeling good by themselves, and they end up contracting a foodborne illness from something we prepared, and it end up killing them. Something that's supposed to be enjoyable, something that's supposed to be lovely. And I mean, we're in the South. Food is a way we express that we love each other. That moment was what killed them, not the cancer, not the radiation, but something we produce. Why? Why does that matter? Why does that matter? That matters so much because something simple as what we're here today for, which is storing the food, labeling data, everything that we just went through the state surveyor for. These things are important. Y'all hear me say it before, leading up to the survey, leading up to the health department coming in. Y'all, it's important that we label, that we date, make sure that we're storing the stuff in the dry storage properly, make sure we're putting it in the freezer properly. These things matter. Why does it matter? Because something as simple as, yes, let's use the milk from when the surveyor came 2 weeks ago. Although we know that we was cleaning out the refrigerator and discarding the stuff, but the state surveyor didn't know. All they saw was a day-old milk in the cooler, in the reach-in, open. Although we know it haven't been used, but she don't know it. The residents don't know it. Look how quick that could have been something bad. We could have pulled that milk up. Somebody could have got sick off of it. Somebody that's dealing with gastrointestinal, esophageal reflux. That could have killed them. That could have caused some things going on. It may not have killed them, but I'm just going to go to the extreme with it. Everything we do in this kitchen is important. So when I say we got a label, when I say we got a date, I'm not just trying to be a micromanager. I'm not trying to just be over you, but I'm a supervisor. And I've been in each one of y'all positions before to know that it's important that we label and we date. When something come in on a truck, somebody's on it. The food doesn't need to stay in the dry storage or on the floor to go for the freezer or the cooler no more than 2 hours. Why? Because if, in fact, if it's supposed to be frozen and it unthawed and it gets in the temperature danger zone, foodborne illnesses, pathogen, bacteria can begin to grow. Why? Because it's something that we call in the food industry as fat tongue. It needs something to eat on. So it needs the food. It needs the acidity. It needs the time to grow, the right temperature to grow, the right amount of oxygen to grow, and the right amount of moisture to grow. Once all these things is got in play, it's not stopping it. You're either going to discard it, and if you don't know it, cooking it at the right temperature. Everything builds on each other. Once it come in, we're putting a label on it, making sure the packages is not damaged, making sure that if it's supposed to be a can, the can is not dented. Make sure if it's nothing leaking on it. Just the other week, the truck came in and brought us some green beans. Looking at it, it looked normal, but taking the plastic off, look what we discovered: mold in the container. And then when we kept on looking, the cans was molded. We can't use it. We got to get it out of here. Anything like that, get it out of here. Chicken that in the store unthawed, send it back. We can't use it because right there, if it's unthawed, that means it came above 41 degrees. And as soon as it entered in the temperature danger zone, 41 degrees up until 135. This is important. So when I'm telling y'all, stop what you're doing, get the groceries up. I'm not trying to pick on you. I'm not trying to be hard on you. I'm just letting you know this is important. When you start labeling, make sure it's got the date of expiration is not covered. We need to see that. We need to be able to see, like the key lime juice also. We need to make sure if it's supposed to be refrigerated, when it come in, refrigerate it. If it's refrigerated at the purchase, put it in there. Read the labels. We got to be on it this year. Everything I'm telling y'all is because I want to be proficient when it come down to the state surveyors. Making sure we're doing what we're supposed to do. So when it come in, label it, checking it. If my eyes is on it, your eyes is on it, each one of our roles play a different. But all together, we can build a great team. We can help each other out. We can be great. We can be successful when the surveyors or health department come in. Label it, label it, label it, label it, label it, label it. I have enough labels here. Just put a label on it. Put a date on it. If it's in the cooler, we know regulation says it cannot be in the cooler no more than 3 days if it's been cooked. So after that third day, let's get rid of it. Matter of fact, the next day, if we know we're not going to use it, let's just go ahead and discard it. When it's come down to the dry storage, make sure everything is 6 inches off the ground. Make sure it's no more than 4 inches from the ceiling. We can't pack boxes up because bugs can get in. Keep it away from the wall. Make these things matter to us to make sure we're running a healthy establishment, because anything that comes out of here, it got to be right, because we're serving an environment of elderly people. We're serving people whose immune system is already compromised. We don't give them their medication, but we give the medication for their stomach. We give them nourishment, some strength, good protein. It ain't just about being a good cook. It ain't just about being a good dessert person. It's not just about washing the dishes. All of it plays a part. The dishwasher is important. The aides are important. The cooks are important. The supervisor is important. And I need y'all just like y'all need me. But together we can do it. Labeling and dating is something so simple, but we so easily to forget it. I need the label on there, so when I go behind y'all, I'm not grabbing something that's old. I can look at the date and say, oh, this has been made already. Discard. This has been made over 3 days ago. Discard. But when I go in there and I don't see it, I don't know if it, of course I know because I've been here, but let's just say, what if somebody who is new here and they, grab that, use it. Whole time it's spoiled. Whole time it's been in there too long. That's why it's important that we continue training, continue education. Somebody come in new, let us all be a trainer, a help. Show them. When something come in, put the date on it. Make sure you write the open date on it, because you only got a few days, 3 days, once you to open it up. After 3 days, if we ain't use it up, get rid of it. Unless it's got a long shelf life. What is that? Shelf life, if it came in today and it says it don't expire to a year, it's got a year-long shelf life. But if I cover that label up, how am I gonna know? How are you gonna know? That's why I said label. Make sure you put the labels in the right perspective. Make sure all dates are visible. And then we move forward. Making sure it's stored in the right place. Dry food in the dry food. Cold food in the cooler or the freezer. If it's supposed to be frozen, freezer. Not the vegetable cooler. We got to be mindful of where we're putting these things. Keeping your eyes open to what we're supposed to be doing. And learning that it's very important that we label. And how we're storing. These things prevent contamination. These things prevent foodborne illness. I'm labeling. Why are we labeling? Because we want to prevent foodborne illnesses. Why are we storing it properly? Because we want to prevent cross-contamination, contact contamination. I don't need to put the chemicals in the dry storage with the food. That's a physical and biological contamination. Can't work. Store it in the proper location so we can prevent any harm from coming to us or these residents. Because y'all know, before we go out the kitchen, you got to give me my plate. I want to taste it. I want to know how it tastes. So when they say, oh, it was too sour, I can speak up. We got to work together. And that's the only way we're going to get through this next survey. And I must applaud y'all. Y'all have been doing good these last weeks on labeling. I haven't had to put a label on nothing y'all have done. Only label I've been using is the label for when I open something. So keep up the good work. Keep on labeling. Because if I may not be here and somebody from the front office may want to come back here and check. I don't want nobody to say there wasn't a label on. Because we know why we're labeling. Why we're labeling again is to prevent foodborne illnesses. Things that can harm ourselves, things that can harm these residents. And if it harm the resident, it's gonna harm their family member, it's gonna harm their loved one, and in turn, it's gonna harm us as a whole. Because then we become under watch by the health department. If two or more people get sick off the same food, that's an outbreak. We know how COVID was. We don't need no outbreaks. We surely don't need no outbreaks coming from the kitchen. So let us make sure we're labeling properly. We're putting today's date, 3 days out expiration date. Make sure it's got the proper name on it. If it's pineapples, let it say pineapples. If it's strawberries, let it say strawberries. If it's beef, let it be beef. If you want to get technical, pork chops, hamburger, label it to what you know it is. So we all know this is what we're grabbing, because now we have people who's allergic to certain things. So we got to know we're not cross-contaminating. We're not having cross-connection going on. We're serving a people whose immune system have already been compromised. And we need to act like them our family members, them our loved ones we're preparing this food for.